So we go out there and we talk about the mission, and the first one we came up with, and it really was kind of the first thing, was the life concept. And I remember where this became clear to me. We were talking about, we got to be passionate. We got to be fun. It's just life. We got to be a company that's about what? Life. And I remember sitting in Los Angeles, California, the same time we were going through, this period. And I was sitting down with a very successful entrepreneur. It was actually, right where the corner of the 101, 405 meet. You guys know that promenade area? You guys know what I'm talking about? And I was sitting down with a successful entrepreneur, and it was someone that was, kind of a mentor figure, and we got into kind of those deep conversations. Any of you guys ever get off on a tangent on kind of some, deep, what is life conversation? Anybody ever been there before? Come on, right? And he started going out there and reflecting, and he said something to me that got stuck in my head. He said, Blake, at some point in our life, for some people it happens earlier, for some people it happens later, for some people it might be later on, in their years. At some point, you're going to look back and you're going to realize that life is just a series of memories and a series of moments. And you know what? It's not all the memories and all the moments, because I know most of us don't remember most of yesterday, let alone last week, last month, last year, or every year we've been on this planet. Would you guys agree with me on that one? So when that hit my head, I was like, you know what? That's the absolute truth. You remember the highlights, right? When your memories are like a highlight reel of what you've done from when you were born to where you are today. And I remember reading a quote that just absolutely saddened me. It said, you know what? The average person has 60,000 thoughts a day. 90% of them are the same as yesterday. And I was like, isn't that true? What do people think when they think of their day-to-day lives, most people? I don't want to be the person that's thinking about all the traffic jams I sat in, right? All the negative conversations, the same routine that I ran for X many years. I don't want to be the person that looks back and goes, you know what, I woulda, shoulda, coulda. You guys know what I'm talking about? If we only have a limited time, we got to go out there and we got to enjoy, we got to create. We can't just wait for experiences to come to us. We got to go out there and create those memories and create those experiences. Are you guys with me? So when we built the fabric of this company, this culture, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it was. And I go back and I think about this last year and talk about breaking people out of their day-to-day routines. Sometimes we take it for granted, but when you go out there, and I know you guys are watching some of these pictures, some of these images of the last 12 months, talk about the experiences, right? Getting people to do things they've never done before, whether it be flying in helicopters, whether it be 2 days ago, I was on the beach in Hotel Del Coronado, and I always ask the question, have you guys been to San Diego before? No. I've never even been to a beach before. This is my first time walking near the ocean. And I realize that sometimes it's the little things that we do that totally change a moment or experience or memory for you. Are you guys following me on this? I think of all the parties we've gone through in the last year, and come on, ViSalus knows how to party if there's one thing we know how to do. Right? I think about this, and I'm like, where else can you go out there? And I was going through Path Connect, and I was looking at someone's profile. I think it was Rhonda, where she was getting dipped by Jerry Rice. Right? She has the Dancing with the Stars, right? Football hero. Right? Where else do you get to have that experience? Tom McCoy, where else can you have that William Hung picture framed over your mantle? But in all sincerity, do you realize how many households I go into? Well, I'll go up into the kids' rooms and I'll see the kids' pictures, right? With, oh, there's Jerry, or, there's Jessica, right? Usually it's the Deal or No Deal girls, but, But then I start to realize, you guys, that's what life is about, isn't it? Isn't it about creating those experiences? Going out there on the Vi cruise. Some of you guys were on the Vi cruise last month. And I ask people, I go, have you guys ever been on a cruise before? It makes me feel so good when I hear, no, this is my first. You guys, that's what ViSalus is about, is creating those first experiences, creating those memories, creating our timeline so that someday when we look back, we can go back there, you know what? We weren't a person that ran the routine. We weren't a person that got stuck in that story. We're not a person that has to go out there, and we're not going to be the people that's like, I look forward to my one vacation a year where I use up the days that they give me. Are you guys following me on this? I'm going to be a person that takes it proactively and creates those experiences and put ourselves in a position where we can live life. A lot of times people ask, how do you guys do it? And I know the leaders get the question a lot. How do you guys travel, right? How do you guys go out there? How are you going 24/7? And ladies and gentlemen, when you have experiences like this, that was our elite retreat, walking down to the ocean in Santa Barbara, right? To go out there and do dream building workshops, right? When you go out there and you have experience, and that, you guys, and that's training, right? I don't know many corporate environments or work structures where that's going to be your meeting. You guys, here's the secret, here's the process, and here's what embodies life. In ViSalus, we enjoy the process. Yes, is it work? Yes. To go out there and make this happen, it's going to take something, but you know what? We get to enjoy the process. You get to enjoy it. You get to create those experiences. You guys, to sum up life, and I know we're looking over the last year, I remember something that Ridgely Goldsboro, I think, was the first one that told me this, and it was something that got stuck in my head. He said, Blake, you have to realize when we're talking about life, every one of us have our own bank of time. And every day we have a mandatory withdrawal. Every day. You can't make deposits. Every day we take out 24 hours, don't we? Every day we take out 1,444 minutes or 86,400 seconds. It's gone. We can't do much today to change the past. We can't buy back the past. You guys have heard that before, right? But what can we buy back? What can we buy back? Ladies and gentlemen, that's life. We got to be walking, living, breathing testimonies of those experiences. Are you guys ready to live? Are you guys ready to embody life?